This is a little how to do your dump on your camper. I'm not an expert, but I figured this works out pretty good for me. So there I got my hose out, and right here I'm going around to hook up the flush water in the back. Okay, the nice thing about this hookup is it actually has the right threaded is what you want. Sometimes it just has a metal brass piece on here, and then you have to work up some kind of adapter. That's what happened the last time I went. So this will be the first time for me to hook up the flush on this system. And on my camper, this is where you hook up that flush tank. Okay, you want to take your caps off, and you try to set them somewhere where you're not going to lose them. That's one cap. And you usually have this section you step on here and you stick your pipe down, and you have a clear section here you can see. So get that to seat down as best you can. Then you go down to this side here and you take your cap off. Mine has the lanyard still on it, so store it up there. Take that cap off on that end, and this usually hooks up pretty easy here, just snaps in place. I'm using a Rhino hose on mine. Okay, at this point I'm reaching up under here and I'm gonna pull that main handle, and so here it goes. And that is your biggest line, that's your black water draining out. Now I'm doing this in real time so you can kind of get an idea. My tanks were 1/3 full, so it could take longer. Now I'm going back and I'm turning on the water for the flush tank. I've already got that hooked up. And this one leaked a little bit on me, so it leaked over the top, so I had to be careful with what I was doing. Okay. Now I'm watching the clear spot there. Can't really see it in this picture, but I'm watching that water get clear. I'm trying to watch it as long as I can to make sure it finally gets to a point where I feel like it's clear and got most of that out. Now I see that it's actually clearing up. So I'm going to go over here and close my valve and let that water build up. And this is putting some water into that tank. And I let it go again, and I see it comes out brown again. So I'm going to continue to do this until it comes out clear. I run this procedure about 3 times, but you can actually, if you want, you could actually fill that tank up pretty much a lot if you know you've had it pretty full. And we'll let that go again. And it's still coming out a little bit brown, so we'll wait for that. Shut that down again. Let that build up. This time I'll wait a little bit longer. Looks like it's clearing up pretty good. I'm gonna turn that water off now in the flush tank. Let that finish drain down. That's where I disconnect that flush tank. And now you just kind of do everything in reverse. Now I did mess up here. I should have gone ahead and closed my dump valve on that black water. Now I'm letting my gray water out now. That's the smaller line. I'm watching it. It takes a little longer because it's a smaller line. Let's stay patient with me here. Like I say, I wanted to let you see how long this took. This is about, like I say, 1/3 tanks are full. Okay, looks like it's just about done. I'm going to shut that valve off there now, and like I say, this is where I probably should have gone ahead and closed that valve off. Now you want to take this hose here, you want to work it down because that hose actually gets stuff in it, so you're kind of, I'm working it down back toward the drain, and I am getting more out of there, so it's good to do that to get that all that stuff out of there that might have trapped in those things. And this is where you need to collapse this line up as best you can, because it won't fit in your carrier if you don't collapse it up. So collapse it up pretty good, put that first cap on. Now I'll disconnect this end here, put the other cap on. Now I've got a 15-footer and it fits pretty good into my carrier, but you have to make sure it's collapsed most of the way. Now at this point I realized I didn't have that valve closed, so I went ahead and closed that valve with my cap on. So here's where I realized that valve's open. Close that last valve. So basically make sure you'll see I'm checking all my valves. Both those are closed. Should be 2 of them. Both closed, and then you have your cap on. And that's pretty much it. If you have any more questions with this video, leave them in the comments. We'll see you out there.